Right here, the judge lays out the exact punishment range. And notice the top end. 2 years in a state jail facility. That's not prison, but it's still a hard time. And with a $10,000 fine on the table, this is no slap on the wrist.
Court is calling 2024 CR 2482, State of Texas versus Melanie Barron. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Defense.
David Rodriguez for Melanie Barron.
And are you Melanie Barron?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record. Excuse me, everyone in the box. Y'all need to whisper. I'm picking up a lot of bass over there, and it's coming this way, which means it's coming towards the court reporter. Okay, thank you. We're back on the record. Did you understand you're charged with theft, $2,500 to $30,000? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record. Counsel. Counsel.
Kathy.
Hey, we're on the record.
I am so sorry.
That's okay. Everybody misses the sign. All right. We're back on the record. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1. They're asking that
You're in state jail plus a $1,500 fine. And the state is not in the mood for leniency. No probation, no deferred adjudication. And did you catch that? No contact order. That means Melanie can't so much as send a text to the complainant.
that your punishment be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine. The state opposes your application for community supervision and deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution to the complainant. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that's a recommendation from the state and the court does not have to follow that recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense that's charged in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states 1 and attachments.
No objection.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. We're going to come back on September 19th for your sentencing. Ms. Abrams, there's going to be a PSI and tap on Melanie Barron. All right, once you sign the reset form and speak to probation, you're excused. Court is calling 2024 CR 2482, State of Texas versus Melanie Barron. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
David Rodriguez for the defendant.
All right, and are you Ms. Barron?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest to count 1. There was an application for deferred adjudication and community supervision. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment was to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine. The state opposes your application for community supervision or deferred adjudication, and there's to be restitution and no contact with Francisco Vasquez. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report and TAP evaluation and also the DDRF mixed screening results. State,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to those items? State, defense.
No objection.
Any witnesses? State, defense. Any witnesses?
Just the defendant.
All right, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Melanie Daniel Barron.
All right, make sure you keep your voice up. And everybody in the audience, whisper like you're spies and don't want to be caught. All right, defense. You may proceed.
Ms. Brown, where are you living right now?
At the Falcone Heights, Heritage Apartments.
Okay, and are you living by yourself, or do you have a roommate?
No, I live with someone else. I live with my boyfriend.
Okay, you're whispering. You need to speak up.
No, I live with my boyfriend.
All right, so let's do this. Don't turn towards the defense. If you'll just speak towards me and keep your voice up here so that the court reporter can hear.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Brown, can you tell me how you're employed right now?
I work with Block by Block. That's Central, downtown San Antonio.
In what kind of work is that?
I work along the river, the cleaning of the river. We give information and assist those in need
And how long have you been doing that?
since August 14th.
And are you employed doing that full time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And is it your plan to continue working at Block by Block?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Brown, before this case, have you ever been arrested before?
No,
Do you have any prior convictions?
no.
Ms. Brown, if you are placed on deferred adjudication, will you be able to successfully complete that deferred adjudication?
Yes,
Okay. Do you understand that there's an amount of restitution in the amount of approximately $20,000?
yes,
And is that an amount that you will be able to pay back through your probation?
yes.
Your Honor, I'm going to pass the witness for now.
State,
No questions for this witness at this time, Your Honor.
I have a few questions. So what I've read in the PSI report is this was your boyfriend. He called the police and the police ends up arresting him. And then when he comes back, all of his items are gone. Let's discuss. That's what I want.
The judge is asking the $1 million, or in this case $20,000. Question. Why take the victim's property? Melanie's answer. She blames poor judgment and her friends. Watch the judge's face. You can almost hear the skepticism.
Discuss. Why would you take his items? Because that's what we're here for. We're here for the taking of items. I don't know if these items are worth $21,000 because nothing has been given to me. But I'm wondering, why would you do that?
Well, I made a poor judgment in calling friends to assist me in moving
Wait a
out.
minute, what?
I made a poor judgment calling a few what I thought was friends to assist me moving out, and they took the items that did not belong to me.
What do you mean they took the items that didn't belong to you?
While I was moving my stuff out, they were taking things and I didn't stop them.
There was a co-defendant on this case, Your Honor.
And what is the co-defendant doing?
That case was dismissed because my client, Ms. Barone, cooperated with the police and the DA's office. You can see that she voluntarily went and talked to an investigator. There's about a 7 or 8 page statement that she's made. And I have to point out that she's been cooperative with the police all along and helping them in their investigation.
All right, so I still don't understand why you would have people take items that didn't belong to you. What was the conversation? You decide you're leaving him while he's at the Bexar County Jail. I'm assuming, hypothetically, if you had a bed, okay, I need somebody to help me move my bed out. So they moved the bed out. Were you telling them what items were yours?
I did tell them what items were mine. I'm coming out of a very stressful situation with this man. He's been very violent. He has abused me. He's assaulted me. He's manipulated me. I was panicked as to what he would do when he returned. So I wasn't I wasn't paying attention to detail to what these gentlemen were doing. So as they were moving stuff out, I was just focusing on getting my stuff out. Once we were there, I did see that they had his things. I didn't want to go back. I didn't tell them to take it back. I just didn't know what to do at this point.
So how did you get involved with the police?
How did I get involved with
Yes.
the police?
Did the police, because I see where a neighbor said, oh yeah, she's the one. So I'm assuming the complainant picked up the phone and called and said, she took my items. So where does this come in with you giving the police a statement?
Because once I realized I had made a poor judgment and I was not in a safe environment, I called Francisco.
This is a curveball. Melanie claims the complainant was abusive and that she was panicked when moving out. The defense is starting to shift the narrative from theft to survival. But will the judge buy it?
Back, and I tried to work things out with him. He told me that I could come back home and told me to write out a statement. So that's what I did.
So, and let me see if I'm following it along. So your story is there were some issues with Francisco. He calls the police to his home. When he calls the police to his home, he's the person who gets arrested. And then when he's arrested, you call 3 friends or however many friends to come over, move items from the house. And it appears, and if I'm wrong, correct me, it appears that all of his items were taken. You leave with these people, and then the complainant is released from the Bexar County Jail. He goes back to his house. His neighbor tells him all this stuff is missing. You're with these other people, and you say, this is a bad situation I'm in with these other 3 people. So you pick up the phone and you call Francisco back and tell him that you want to work things out. And then you go back to his house, and then you write a statement saying what you took. All right. Any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any other questions?
No, Your Honor. I would like to point out that PSI does have a bit of her past history, and I'm not saying that this is an excuse for her actions on this particular case, but I do have to point out that she has been victim of sexual and domestic violence throughout her lifetime at the hands of various men, including the complaining witness.
All right. When's the last time you had contact with the complainant?
It's been about 8 months since I was arrested.
Okay. State? You're opposed? Why you're opposed?
Good question, Your Honor. I don't think that worked out the plea agreement, so I don't know the thought process the prosecutor did.
All right. You want to discuss with them and see if they're still opposed? All right. If you'll step back, they'll speak, then we'll come back. All right. We are back on the record in 2024. CR 2482, State versus Melanie Barone. So where we left off, State, you were opposed, is that correct?
Yes, we were at this time stage.
If you're drug tested today, what would the results be?
Negative.
All right, State, you may be excused.
Defense and states came to an agreement on the amount of restitution. It is $20,000.
All right, thank you. All right, this is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be mixed supervision, and that's based upon the evaluation the court is in receipt of. There's to be no.
Here comes the decision for years. Deferred adjudication. That means no conviction on her record if she follows every rule for the next 4 years. But with $20,000 restitution, community service, trauma classes, and strict probation terms, one slip and that deferred turns into guilty.
Contact and restitution of $20,000. to Francisco Vasquez. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Do you have any children?
No.
All right. I'm going to order your trauma classes probation. Once she completes those, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. And then at probation's discretion. There's to be a $1,500 fine, and that will be probated. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful, communication is key. If there's an issue and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objections to the court changing the agreement to include the fact that the state was silent?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Probation will go over conditions with you. And once you complete it, that's your excuse.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The judge gives an important reminder. Here, communication is key with probation. That's courtroom code for don't make me see you back here on a violation hearing.